In the opening hours of a 2026 military campaign, American forces struck over 1,000 targets in a single day. Driving that blistering pace was a technology originally built to summarize legal documents and write software code. That technology is Claude, a large language model built by the company Anthropic. The military integrated it directly into their defense software to act as a massive new analytical engine. They needed this engine to solve a math problem. Modern battlefields generate a blinding flood of raw data, streams of satellite imagery, constant radar feeds, and intercepted communications pour into headquarters simultaneously. During a recent Army exercise, human analysts had to process over 350,000 messages in just 10 days. That is more than double the volume they projected to handle. The military relies on decision advantage, the ability to observe a threat, formulate a plan, and act faster than the adversary. When hundreds of thousands of data points arrive all at once, the human brain simply cannot process them fast enough to maintain that advantage. The military built a 3-layered system. The Army Intelligence Data Platform merges disconnected databases into a single, continuously updating workspace. Second, the Maven Smart System instantly begins drawing bounding boxes around targets. Third, Claude generates distinct, detailed strategic pathways. By stacking these 3 tools, an intelligence unit compresses what used to be 5 hours of manual research into a matter of minutes. The data is unified, the targets are located, and the battle plan is drafted. But large language models are pattern recognition engines, not truth machines. They hallucinate. They generate plausible-sounding tactical information that is completely fabricated, meaning their digital extrapolations simply cannot be trusted as verified facts. Intelligence professionals manage this risk by treating the AI like a newly assigned private. The machine can do the heavy lifting, but an experienced leader must review the work. If Claude suggests a target, the human tasks an MQ-9 Reaper drone to fly over the coordinates and get visual confirmation on the ground. Even with verified targets, warfare requires context. A cluster of heavy vehicles might look like an armor battalion preparing to attack, or it might be a humanitarian aid convoy. Algorithms lack moral reasoning. They cannot weigh the political fallout of a strike or understand the value of civilian lives. Beyond the software, there is a physical vulnerability. These AI platforms run on cloud-based architectures that require massive amounts of bandwidth. If an adversary jams the network, or if a cyber attack suddenly severs the digital connection, the AI goes completely silent. When that infrastructure fails, or when classified data needs to be manually moved across restricted allied networks, the high-tech loop breaks down. The entire operation suddenly relies on a human operator sitting at a desk, physically bridging the gap between disconnected systems. The military designs these systems with a human failsafe because technology inevitably breaks, hallucinates, or encounters situations demanding moral judgment. When that happens, the soldier is the only decision-maker left. Maintaining that human control is getting harder. When an algorithm flags a threat in milliseconds and suggests a course of action, humans under severe time pressure tend to simply rubber stamp the machine's choice, a well-documented psychological trap known as automation bias. The human might be the one clicking approve, but the machine actually dictated the outcome by framing the only available options. The soldier is technically in the loop, but their independent judgment has been sidelined by the speed of the software. This tension over who controls the technology recently erupted into public view when Anthropic tried to restrict the military from using Claude for fully autonomous weapons. The Department of Defense designated the American company a supply chain risk to national security. The rules of automated warfare are actively being fought over in real time. Tech executives in Silicon Valley are trying to impose guardrails on their models, while military leaders demand unrestricted access to win conflicts. The outcome of this fight will affect every industry. Whether it is medicine, criminal justice systems, or global finance, AI is processing complex data at speeds humans cannot match. But speed without moral judgment is not intelligence. It is reckless calculation. The ultimate design requirement for any high-stakes system is clear. The algorithm processes the data, organizes the options, and makes the recommendation. But the human decides.